What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and this is the next episode of our Gnomoria playthrough. In the previous episode, we had finally gotten our armory up and running, and we're trying to get rid of this pesky hill over here. I mean, he's just been obnoxious all day long. He keeps talking about my mother, and so you know what? We're going to go at him with a pickaxe. Now, in today's episode, the thing we're going to be working towards, well, there's a number of things. First and foremost, thank you for your comments on this series. I've been kind of reading through the comments on the first 2 to 3 episodes, and it appears as though there's a wheelbarrow in game now. I didn't even know this thing existed, so let's go find a wheelbarrow. And apparently, it makes our lives much easier when it comes to hauling. And so, yeah, there it is right there. Well, damn it all, let's make a couple of those. I mean, everybody needs to haul. We'll make a couple of wheelbarrows, and that'll be that. Thanks for the advice there. That's something they've added to the game since the last time I played that didn't even kind of cross my mind. A honey badger has been spotted. Given our predisposition towards getting chewed on by honey badgers, I'm going to try and hope that they avoid that. I would really I would hate to have a repeat of what happened in episode 4. As humorous as it was, I mean, it wasn't humorous when it's me in that position, but I'm sure you guys were laughing at the fact that Smash Nasty was filled with a bloodthirsty rage for badger death. Badger blood. But for me, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, why? Why are you so insistent on dying? Why? Why are there so many badgers? And so they just kept going down there and attacking badgers. Let's find out about this wheelbarrow here. I want to know what's up with the wheel. What? 30? It holds 32 thingamadoobers? No way. That's the coolest thing. What? Did you see that? She just shoveled up all that stuff. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Whoever it was, I think you had long hair. I recall your profile picture. I think it was somebody with like a beard and long hair, but I can't remember the name because I am absolutely terrible with names. You are, sir, you are the shit today. You are the man. So this episode is a toast to you, dear sir, because the wheelbarrow is the greatest thing I have ever seen. That is saving me so much time and effort that I'm not even sure I can go back to like hauling things by hand anymore. Wow. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. So now that we've got everything all nice and wheelbarrowed up, who would have ever thought that the invention of the wheel applied properly would make our lives easier? Although I will point out, it's kind of a funky looking wheelbarrow. Definitely of gnomish design. It's kind of got like a strange, it looks like a lawnmower to me. It kind of looks like one of those old-fashioned lawnmowers with like the rotary blades that you would push around. Crazy. Absolutely cray-cray. And so there goes the remainder of this hill. I know this probably isn't the best thing to have my miners working on. I was thinking about that in between episodes. I do take like 15, 20-minute breaks in between episodes to just kind of think about things. And I know you guys are sitting there like, wow, that's really sad that you think that much in between episodes and still nothing efficient happens. But you know what? Don't judge me. Leave me alone. Anyways, I was thinking about it in between episodes, and this is actually kind of detracting from our kind of work down in the forge, unfortunately. So while we're doing this, nothing else is getting done down below. I don't have time or the gnomes right now. It's not necessarily that I don't have time. I don't have the gnomes at the moment to ensure you guys. That's bad use. If you're being a bad steward right now. My dad would kill you right now if he caught this just hanging out, wheelbarrow just laying out in the open, nobody using it. You'd be in trouble. Put that thing in the garage would be the general motif that would be flying around. Then again, stuff always got stolen from our neighborhood. Like you left something out in the front yard like 4 seconds, it was like pew, and it would just like vanish. You wouldn't even know, like you would forget. I remember one time when I was a kid, I left a baseball bat, like an aluminum baseball bat out in the front yard for like 5 minutes while I went in to grab like a Capri Sun, and it vanished that quick, just disappeared off the lawn that fast. Somebody was just like, yoink. Like, man, can't leave nothing out around here. People be stealing stuff all over the place. It's not right. It is not right. Only baseball bat I ever had, and I gotta use a stick as a baseball bat. Kids in the neighborhood making fun of me. I didn't even have the tools to whittle it into a baseball bat, so I had to like chew it into a baseball bat with my teeth. I had to go like both ways in the snow uphill in order to chew it. It's like, man, I didn't even have teeth of my own. I had to borrow the neighbor's teeth. It was messed up. It was messed up. Absolutely messed up. So anyways, now that I'm off that tirade, we've got a little bit of space right here. And so I'm not going to, much like the Galactic Federation, we've got some extra space. And so I think, I don't know if I'm going to build the building right now. That kind of, we haven't even put in walls yet, which are going to be the big thing that I think I'd like to funnel people into this guard station as we work. So I think the next goal is going to be to deforest all of this, probably get rid of this hill in the future. And really, I just want to turn this whole place. If I was honest, I would have really liked to have just started with an absolutely flat location, since that's what I'm going to do anyways. The mountainous locations, I always flatten them out to begin with, and so it's just kind of a function of how long do I want to spend terraforming before I do anything else. Just kind of butchering nature. And so all of our fields are pretty much good to go right now. Well, most of them anyways. It's hard to tell. Oh, we didn't plant the wheat. That's bad. Okay. Let me take a look at my stocks and see how many oranges I have so that I can properly plan out how many orange wines I want to make here. 216 fruit. Not enough. I mean, we can get started right now. But it's going to be sort of marginal, especially if they've added the fact that things rot. That's going to be a major hitch in my plan right now. If things rot, this is going to backfire on me just nastily. We're also up for another attack pretty soon. As soon as we get into fall, we're going to have to watch out for anybody coming in to kind of wreck face and mess our teeth up and rearrange them. Is everything taken care of below decks? That's my other concern. If everything's taken care of down here, with regards to light radii. Okay, so we don't have to worry about invasions from underground. We do want to think about copper, though, from other locations. So down here is probably going to be where I'm going to mine out this next little brick. But let's go ahead and just get started with our crafting. Let's make sure that everybody's just making bronze bars down here. We have a really good supply of bronze bars. And so what I'm going to do now, we need 4 armor plates. And so based on how many bars we have 8 bars. So that's going to work out just fine. Let's go ahead and, no, actually, cancel all those. We want to go with bronze bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so with 4 plates, we'll be able to make our first breastplate so that we can get... What was this guy's name again? I keep forgetting. I know Smash Nasty's name. Mr. Cuddlesworth. Mr. Cuddlesworth needs to have himself geared up at the moment. It's kind of a humorous name for a guy whose only dedication in life is murdering and slaughtering. But then again, it's kind of an irony. It's kind of like Mr. Bubbles from BioShock. Kind of one of those juxtaposition kind of ironic names. Now that we're looking at the work that needs to get done, they've obviously got plenty of straw over here. What are my woodworkers doing right now? I know I can just pan through and see what they're doing in between all the menus at the top, but I prefer to be more personal. Just get in there, click them. I like to think of my arrow as an extension of my hand. Just get in there, fondle a gnome real fast, and just be like, you know what do you... I'm going to be that weird, awkward person that comes to your family reunion who's always, like, massaging people's shoulders and stuff, but, like, I don't know you nearly well enough for this to be happening right now, and it does make me feel incredibly uncomfortable. Oh, we needed to... Let's do our second room for the ambassador here. Let's do that first. So with the furniture, let's go ahead and do a cabinet made out of whatever you want to make it out of. And then we'll also build... We can build a real bed for once, so let's go ahead and build a real bed. Put it right there. And maybe we'll build a second... Trying to be beautiful here. We'll do a second cabinet on the side, so it's got kind of like a bedroom set thing going on. Like what rich people have in their bedrooms. And so I think we'll have... Let's see here. I don't know. I should probably start torching the remainder of my base, not in regards to like burning it down, but like just putting torches in so that things are illuminated. I don't think it helps at all, but it might be something useful to have. So we'll build a table like right here. Like 2 tables. There we go. And so this will be the next room. And then the final thing that we'll do is we'll go through and we'll grab... What am I doing? I'm actually screwing up right now. I'm going to the wrong place. No! I want to go over to... I wanted chairs. I've always wished that the menus would be alphabetized. I don't know if there's some, like, engine limitation happening right there. Are they alphabetized? Let me look. Before I say this... No, so they're not alphabetized. I've always wished, because that's the first thing my eye looks for. I don't know if it does that to you guys too, but for me personally, I always look for things to be alphabetized first, and when they aren't, it makes me sad. It's probably just one of those, like, cost of living things. Let's give that to Catapopo. Who is this that's just standing around? Oh, so it takes them off the list of assigned... That's useful. That's something that didn't used to exist, I don't think. Back the last time I played, I don't think that it told you... I don't think that when you go to this menu right here, and you have a flip down, it takes them off the list now if they have their own room. And so I don't think that was in the game the last time I played. That's kind of cool. That's helpful. That's very, very nice. It's very proper. I enjoy it. And those have not all been made. Are these poor... Oh, they're good bronze plates. That's nice. Or at least marginal bronze plates. Okay, so hopefully the first suit of armor that we make doesn't suck. Nobody in our colony is really amazing at armor working right now, and so there's this distinct possibility that the first armor we make will be all like... I almost used an improper word right there. It'll be all... It'll look dysfunctional. It'll look broken. Here we go. And so I have to be careful when I'm on the air, quote unquote, that I don't slip and say things that I would otherwise say in my normal life. Let me move things around right here. You guys can't see it, but my fraps counter was blocking that right there. 3 nomads, not bad actually. I was expecting a lot worse, in fact. And so I guess we did have 2 deceased, but let's go ahead and assign these guys. I haven't made like a formal list. What I should do is like PowerPoint a list, or I'm sorry, not PowerPoint, I should Excel a list of the names you guys have, but I'm a lazy prick and so I just don't do it. We have Bindle Jackakink. Bindle Dackakink. Okay, that's a D, not a J. I know letters. I graduated from kindergarten. It only took a few tries. So Bindle Dackakink. What are you good at, Bindle Dackakink? That's kind of a oxymoron of a character. Really, really good at sword, but terrible at fitness. I feel like that's not going to work out. And so what I'll do is Bindle Dackakink is going to be... Did I already sign somebody to... Let me go back to my population menu. We'll look at professions here. And it gives you a count. We already have a blacksmith. Which means effectively... I could conceivably... It's kind of a tough choice right now, because if I assign her or him, Bindle Dackakink, to be a warrior, it's going to take a while for him or her to get caught up on their fitness skill. I could assign Bindle Dackakink to be a miner for a while, and then after she's been a miner, he or she has been a miner for a while, their fitness should be a lot higher. Then again, we could just train them into being good at it too. Kind of a disappointing arraignment of skills right there. Terrible at fighting to begin with as well. Well, we don't have anybody that specifically... For leatherworking, bone carving, prospecting, we don't have anybody like specifically assigned to that job right now. Might be something useful to think about. Basically just make this person a crafter, like somebody that just makes stuff. Reasonably decent at jewelry making. Is there a jeweler on the list? Might be worth setting up. Oh, they do have a jeweler. Okay, so we'll go with a jeweler. Let's also consider adding metalworking to the list right there. Oh, I don't like how it changes that. I want that to just be... Can I rename this? Is that how you spell jeweler? I think that's how you spell jeweler. Hold on, let me see here. Oh, it's with 1 L. Define grammatical rules. Okay, so with 1 L, it's a singular L right there. I always thought it had 2 L's. That's weird. Maybe it's one of those kind of English to American English differences. I don't know. Goddamn Webster being out there messing with us all by like being like, I've got to change the way things are spelled because America. Let's go ahead and let's see here. We've got a doog, which sounds like a half of, like, when I was a little kid, I didn't think that Ken and Ryu said Hadouken. I thought they said Adoogan. And so that seems like half of, like, that little colloquialism that I invented. What are you good at? I saw mining in there as just, like, a major... Okay, so clearly you're a miner. Let's go ahead and assign you to mining, then. And then the last person that we have here is Doodle Emble Fuzzy. The names are so weird out here. And then we've got another woodcutter that they've given us, who I think is sort of... Well, I don't really need an extra woodcutter. How many people do I have riding the woodcutter train right now? I almost said something different. Let's see here. We have 4 people as woodcutters already. I may just convert that last nomad, regardless of her skills. Regardless of her skills, I may just turn her. She's really good at being nimble. Curiosity is okay too. Might be a good candidate for tinkering, conceivably. No, bad candidate for tinkering. Good for engineering, though. Decent for brewing and cooking as well. Well... I think I'll... 29 sword skill. I'm going to go against my better judgment right now. I'm going to assign her to the military. Because I think having a 3rd guy would probably be a smart idea. So there it is right there. So we've got... Oh, that's not who I wanted. Wait, am I looking at the wrong person here? I was looking at the wrong person, so no, there's absolutely no reason to assign her to be a warrior. She's terrible. Well, it might be a smart idea to go back and... What have I done? There we go. It might be a smart idea. She has pretty good fitness, though. It could work out making her a warrior with some training. Really good fitness. The other possibility... Pretty good at engineering and tinkering. I may go there, even though we don't have really the... I may assign her to engineering. And is tinkering underneath there? Okay, so she's an engineer now. Not going to be something that we're going to get a lot of use out of in the early game. Because we don't have jewelers or any of the other stuff just yet. But hopefully they'll run off and do their new jobs well. To spec, I hope. And so let's make ourselves a bronze breastplate right now. So there's our first bronze breastplate. Let's see how they're doing with the rest of these bronze bars. Not so well. Not so well. We're still sitting on a lot of ore, though, so I'm not going to concern myself with it. We'll just leave it ready to go. It might also be a good idea to take that secondary person, and who is this right here? Oh, the jeweler is doing... So with the jeweler, did they work metal as well? I'm not so squared away on what the pre-builds that they give you do. No, they don't do metalworking by default. But as I recall... Let's see here. As I recall... Oh, I did assign her to metal with the default profession right there. Okay. Alright, that works out. So that's fine. She's also really good at working with metal, and so I didn't want her to be wasted because we don't even have an engineer right now. So assigning her as a backup blacksmith is going to work out. Later on in the game, I did want to tell you guys this. I know it's disorganized right now, but later on, once we have like 25 gnomes, I will actually go through and give them all very, very assigned, defined jobs where they do very specific things all the time and don't work on anything else. We also need somebody to make drinks. I'm going to make wine out of oranges for the next little bit. We're just going to say craft that to like 45 right now. And so once that's been done, that gives our agriculturalists something else to do for the time being, because as I can tell, I think everybody's just kind of given into the Siren song of just hauling things around. I'm going to leave a lot of these trees up. So a lot of people will deforest all of their fruit trees. I'm not going to do that right now for the sole purpose that I would really prefer to keep them up for later, just in case over the winter anything terrible happens. Now what I will say is I'm going to cut clippings off all these orange trees. Actually, how many clippings do I have right now before I do that? Because if I have like a bajillion clippings... We have pine and we have birch. So that means let's go back and I'm going to cut clippings from as many of these trees up here during this season as I can. And I know that looks like a big job, but we're doing this for a reason right now. And then I will go through and get rid of some of these ancillary trees that I don't want to harvest at all at the moment. The ones that are just kind of using up the queue. Over there in the corner. Basically like everything on that second ledge I'm not really concerned about. There we go. That's a little bit more feasible. It's still a pretty big job to get done. I'll probably also cancel all that around the side since only about half of those are fruit trees. And so once they harvest those out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big old grove. A honey badger has been spotted. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Damn it. Well, what I can do... Mr. Cuddlesworth is apparently off doing something right now. Mr. Cuddlesworth... So you can fix this situation with an alarm bell. The alarm bell is a little strangely implemented at the moment. Is it injured? Has an injured mouth. Probably from trying to bite me and it caught its fist in my... No! I hate this. I hate this so much. Please stop. How injured are you? Smash Nasty has fallen over. That's never a good sign in the middle of combat. If we lose Smash Nasty right now, this is going to be really, really bad. Well, aside from the lack of wounds, I suppose Smash Nasty will probably be fine. And now that they're double ganging up on the Honey Badger, how many bandages do we have? 12? This could get interesting. Yeah, because they're getting worked right now. It's bad. I probably should have thought about placing all of my units right next to the side of the map. That's the big problem right now, is that anytime we catch a spawn, we're auto-aggroing, even though I've told them to avoid enemies. Yeah, so now we're out of bandages. How wounded is this thing? It's gotta be close. I mean, it's pretty beat up. So there's a bunch of bandages, like, on the stair. No, is that just looking? Oh, it's looking down below. Damn, we're out of bandages. We may actually lose somebody right here. These honey badgers off the edge. I don't know what it is that honey badgers are just, like, sick of our shit. But these honey badgers off the edge of the screen are really killing us. Okay, so the honey badger is now dead. But Smash Nasty is bleeding pretty badly, and in fact I don't think a bandage is going to get done in time. So let's go ahead and raise that priority right there. We're going to cancel the padding. Oh, it's already in the way, okay. So then we need bandages like right now. But I think Smash Nasty is going to die anyways. Because bleeding does not stop on its own in this game, just so you guys know how it works. What a champ. Still bleeding and just refusing to stop training. What a champ. My hero. Ooh, and the agricultural job's getting in the way. That's what it is. Those sudden terrible realizations that you make why jobs aren't getting done. Stop it. Stop it right now. No! I don't know why they're still clipping, even though I put the other thing to, like, #1 priority, though. Kind of a weird situation. Smash Nasty has a lot of blood. I'll give that to her. She has a lot of blood. A goblin. Oh, worst timing ever. A goblin with a wheelbarrow. Interestingly enough. Really? Like, instantly... What? How was he instantly killed? Like, sometimes, like, the combat in this game is just way too short to even be logical. And I would really, really prefer that you guys, like, make some bandages, like, now. Like, stop fiddling with the pat. No, stop that. Move down, there. There we go. Just bleeding out forever. This is gonna be close. They're fighting on... You're fighting with the bandage as a weapon, you idiot. Let me unassign this. Hold on. God. Damn it, gnomes. Damn it. Oh, you can schedule things now. That's kind of cool. I never even noticed that was implemented. Well, instead of healing herself, she's decided to just use the bandage as a weapon. Which is okay. I mean, it's not a terrible thing to think about. Why... That's interesting. Why is my military crafting right now? That never used to happen. God, her blood is everywhere. Well, we lost another gnome. I feel like they've changed combat in some fashion, so I wanted to address what I said earlier. Combat used to be a lot more long-winded. Let's have a look and see how he died, though. First and foremost, So we have the first day of fall, Meat versus Goblin. He got punched in the throat. Yep. See, people getting punched in the throat, it happens way too frequently, I think. It's almost to the point where it's predictable. It's like one of those little things that's never been addressed, and I posted on the Steam forums about it, and the general consensus that I got from the forum post that I made about throat punches, most people seem to be on board, and they were like, yeah, throat punches do happen way too often. But for whatever reason, I guess it's low on the priority list right now to get fixed, but people get punched in the throat a lot. I mean, a ton. So I'm going to re-queue that up now that the battle's over. So let me put the first action-reaction team back out here. Who I hope is not sleeping at the moment. Is that Mr. Cuddlesworth? He's beating him with a wheelbarrow? What a bamf. What a bamf. Beat him to death with a wheelbarrow. That's a pretty rough way to go right there. If you really think about it, he disarmed him. That was the Goblin's weapon. He just used a wheelbarrow to riposte a hammer and knock it out of the Goblin's hand. There are certain things that sometimes you just look at them and you're like, man, this is a man with whom you do not mess. Like, just don't let it happen. And so, yeah, still using a bandage as a weapon for some reason. Or no, it says carrying nothing. I don't know if that's a bug then. It says Smash Nasty's carrying nothing at the moment. It might be just stuck on her hand. I don't know. But anyways, this seems like a good spot to break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerd Castle for one more run through the fields of Nompton. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.